Hello and welcome to the 34th Annual Golden Joystick Awards here from the O2 in London. The actual show's going to be starting in about an hour's time, and before that we have got a full hour of interviews with developers who are hoping to be taking away those awards. And we're also going to be running through all of the nominees once again, because we know how much you guys like arguing about which games and which people are best, because, you know, we've been on the internet. We're going to be checking in the room to see exactly what's going on now. Let's have a look. Ooh, so this is the main room. This is where everyone's going to be sitting and eating their dinner, as well as the nominees who are going to, I don't know if I could eat dinner if I thought I was going to win an award. I'd be a little bit nervous. So we'll be sitting here. We've got obviously our lanyards for the party later. We've got the very collectible programs from the award ceremony. And then obviously all of them are going to be hoping they get their chance to go up on that stage there. This is the walk all of the nominees are going to be hoping to make this evening. It's up the stairs to the stage to collect their award, and kind of hoping they don't pull a Jennifer Lawrence, which is sort of what I'm thinking of right now. They're then going to head over to the lectern, where James Veitch will be, and of course whoever's handing out the award as well. Collect the award to huge raucous applause from all of their peers, and also from all the way up in the gallery too. I'm up here in the gallery of the O2, mainly because there's something extra special happening this year, and that's the fact that you, the fans, can actually come and watch the Golden Joysticks with us by getting yourself a ticket. It just adds that extra thing, because you know what, the Golden Joysticks is all about you, it's all about the fans, it's all about the games that you love. Right, I'm going to head back downstairs now, because I think we are almost ready to go. Well, that's the show. There's only one thing missing though, and that's, well, people and an atmosphere, but I think I can help you with that. That's better, right? Look at all the people. We have got a fantastic pre-show lined up for you. We're going to be talking to the Witcher himself. Mr. Doug Cockle is going to be chatting to me. We're also going to be talking to some of the guys from Tomb Raider, from Dark Souls 3, and we're going to be doing all of that from my very special, hi guys, very secret backstage studio, which we've got set up here. We're also going to be having some world-exclusive trailers playing out during the stream, so don't switch off because you'll miss some exclusive stuff. And don't forget to use the hashtag Golden Joysticks if you want to let us know about anything that you're thinking in the comments below, because I know you guys are still going to want to argue about what's going to win. But you know what? To kick it all off, why don't we just start with the nominees for Best Original Game? Hey, well, welcome to the pre-show. I'm here with host of the evening, Mr. James Veitch. Hi, this is the first time. Is this the first time you come to a Golden Joysticks?
Yes, it is actually. I'm quite chuffed, quite excited. I saw them all there glittering in the backstage. I was like, ooh.
Sorry, what was glittering?
The yeah.
The people.
No.
I think that means they're drunk.
No. They got the actual literal Golden Joysticks. The actual,
Yeah.
I've seen all the trophies.
All the trophies.
They look good.
Yeah. So I mean, this must be kind of a bit fun, a bit different as jobs go.
I've always been playing games. I've always been a gamer as well, but I've always been like, I've always been playing games online and on messing around with things. So I think it's it kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
I'm very excited to be here. I get to say all the names of all the games that I've played.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to try and get some free stuff.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
most
definitely
important
I'm going to
thing.
do the pitch to Nintendo. I definitely want Nintendo's next.
But you realise this is the room to do it to because they'll be a bit tipsy and they work for these companies.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you just get them to sign
I'm
some
gonna tell
sort of
them,
waiver
I have a lot of
agreement.
followers and zero integrity, so I think that's the way forward.
Haven't we all? I mean, I think everyone's always a little bit worried to say that they're a gamer sometimes, if they're sort of like more of the casual variety, just because they feel a bit like us gamers are going to trip them up or something. But you know what? Welcome to the family. If you play games, you're a gamer. You're here, you're with us.
Are you saying I'm more casual? I'm not more casual.
Are you? Okay, how
I'm
many
more
hours a week do
casual.
you game?
Quite a lot.
How many?
Quite a lot.
How many? Give me a number.
8.
That's like medium.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
like
when I'm
medium.
into it, when I was doing I had a gaming PC for a while, and I was doing like lots of DayZ and H1Z1. And I was spending like 6 hours a night, being all. And I got into role play. My name was Jürgen, and I was all about the fall of
Yeah.
where is it?
Do you mean was it Chernobyl? No,
No,
Chechnya.
it's a mix of those two places. I think is the actual place in DayZ.
Chernobyl.
Please
Let's
correct
just-
us on
yes,
the
please,
chat.
because I obviously
That's
can't. speak.
diabolical.
Yeah. I mean, did you game when you were little? What kind of games did you grow
Yeah,
up
it
with?
was all about the Game and Watch. Remember those? No, you don't. You're too young for Game and Watch.
Game and Watch? How? You can't be that old.
Yeah, I just moisturise.
Do you? It's working for you. There
Little
you
and
go.
often. I look old, but I look younger, but I'm older than I look. Basically, yeah. The Game and Watch, Donkey Kong 1, Donkey Kong 2, Donkey Kong 3. Didn't like it. That was with the two thingamies. And then
Went over the edge. They jumped the shark with Donkey Kong 3.
and it was all like Game Boy Classic. I wanted a Mega Drive so badly that
I did as well.
my parents it was so sweet. I woke up one morning and they bought one for my little sister.
Oh, that was nice of them. Like you've been going on about. Like I really want
Yeah.
a Mega Drive, and they got one for your sister.
Yeah, classic textbook. They just loved it more than I did.
That's really harsh.
What were you playing on Mega Drive?
What was I? Oh, Sonic. It's always Sonic. Sonic.
Yeah, all the way.
Bonus level Sonic 2, genius.
Yeah, upsy, downsy, leftsy, rightsy.
Yeah.
Supersonic.
Ah.
See? Not so casual anymore, am I?
If you could name some old games, you're in.
Yeah, bring it on.
So, I mean, you're looking forward to tonight.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
def.
They're a really good crowd.
Yeah.
Everyone's well up for it. And also, obviously, this is the first time, people could actually, the first time, people can actually kind of just, gamers can come down and watch.
Oh,
the
yeah,
actual
so they're up
awards
in
as well.
the things. Oh, brilliant, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. I can't wait. I can't wait. I feel a bit like... Because, okay, all right, fair play. As you say, I'm not actually, if I'm not playing 16 hours, but I do keep my head in the game. I do.
What have you played this year?
This year I was mostly playing completing Fallout 4. Oh, the problem is and then I played what was the other one? Inside, and I played.
Played that yet.
Oh, it's a great game.
Annoying.
And I also played what was the other one about the story that Polygon was banging on about. Basically, the story of the it was kind of detective drama. It was but it was a story from the 90s.
What? Wait, was this like? No. Right. No, I can't remember.
It was amazing. That was really fun. And then, and so yeah, but mainly Fallout 4. The problem with Fallout 4 is I never went like. Do you do this? I always try and I do the side missions because once I completed the game, I don't want to go back. It's always like they always do that thing where like
it's like life.
now,
You should go through once, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be on my gravestone like James Veitch, completed life, albeit on easy.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's rubbish. What's the point? But yeah, I mean, you can go really far into it, but I usually find most kind of games that are kind of big and open world, you get about 3/4 of the way through and you've been doing everything, and then the last 25%, you're like, I just need my life.
No,
back.
I don't. I find I make a mistake of just gunning for the finish line, and then
really?
and I'm like, oh no, hang on, I don't want this to be the end because I didn't notice there were different colours on top. So I was basically trying to play all the, and then they say at the end, oh, we'll just go and explore the world. I'm like, well, what's the point now? I've
It's too
completed
easy.
and I've leveled up so much that.
I really want to kind of go a bit more into Fallout 4, but I realise that there might be some
we all?
people there that might not have played. I was going to talk about who you've
No,
sided
don't
with,
do
but
that.
don't, we won't
No spoiler.
go
No
there.
spoilers.
So I mean, if you were to blag this evening, what
Yeah.
would you want to blag? What's your blag mission?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind a gaming machine because obviously I've got a Mac, and honestly, it can run like. You can't play Crysis on it. Basically, it can do like maybe like it's good at pages and the Photoshop, but it's not good at the graphics card is just like a wimp. You know what I mean? It's just sitting there going, don't make me do anything. So I think that'd be a game machine, or like maybe I can get onto Nintendo guys, get them to give me the formerly Nintendo NX, now Nintendo Switch. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Don't know. They're pretty hard to subscribe.
You're probably on the road quite a lot, so it's probably quite fun because then you could take it with you.
You're right. I do spend a lot of time playing with myself on the road.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't do that? So much
Am I right?
traffic. Sorry. So have you actually tailored any of what you're going to be doing tonight specifically for the gaming audience a little bit?
Yeah. Although we shouldn't mention this guy. I don't think this is going to be. I think it might be cut.
Yeah, I don't think we're actually going to.
You're not gonna
Unfortunately, you're
stream
going to
it.
have to see him live to see it. I actually watched the
But I
rehearsals.
have-
It was really, really
I
funny.
have got the. Did you see me in rehearsal?
Yeah.
I have got some stuff. So I've got basically what I did is I ended up I decided that because I was playing DayZ and I was just dying all over the shop. People were just shooting me. I was just going, and people were just so mean. They were yelling stuff at me. So then what I thought I'd do is I thought that I would, because I feel like there's life and there's so much banality in life and mundanity, and what I wanted to do, and there was so much violence in the game, that what I wanted to do was, instead of the violence coming over to everyday reality, which is what people say has been happening, is that there's so much violence permeating everyday life, what I wanted to do was to bring the banality from mundanity into the game. So that's what I do. So I go into DayZ and I'm like, guys, it's I hesitate to bring this up, but some of you have been putting the recycling in the wrong bin, and then they just shoot me in the head. It's really fun. And then
They would hate that.
Yeah,
They would absolutely
they do.
hate that.
They don't like it, but I spent a long time doing it. It's Chris's birthday on Thursday. I was wondering whether he wanted to do like a sort of whip round for him, and then he just shoot me in the. So I've got a great like kind of video about that. It's really fun.
You think about maybe doing it with some more games because you could troll quite a lot in any game.
I don't think it's trolling. I think it's just more kind of like I just think because basically if DayZ is really going to be about life, and it is realistic, but you are going to have those moments you're like, oh mate, can we have a rest? or like, I need
Can't
to
we
live.
just play a game of like Monopoly for a while, like and just shut the windows and doors?
Game within the game, exactly. Let's just stay in today, mate. Let's just stay in.
I don't want to go outside. This is quite stressful outside.
Exactly. Can you witness my passport application, mate? I just feel like there's so all those sorts of banal things. They're going to have to happen eventually. You can't just keep going more and more real. At some point, reality has to the bad things of reality. Guy, what are you doing? I'm sorry, that's a penalty charge notice. You just driven straight across the box junction. Anyway, so things like that.
I mean, because it's quite. I like the sort of juxtaposition of that because I didn't super get into The Sims because I just sort of think like I run out of time to do things that I want to do in my normal life anyway, let alone in a game where I'm constantly being told that I haven't done a bunch of things. I found it quite stressful.
That is it, isn't it? I have this idea of like I think it'd be really fun if. I've this idea it could be quite cool if like a guy was talking to his girlfriend. He was trying to communicate with her, saying, "Look, do you want to go out on Thursday to my mate's house?" And she's like, "I'm playing a game." So he has to go into the game, becomes a character, confronts her in this moment, and goes, "Right, do you want to go to my mate's house on Thursday?" The kind of the way they overlap. I agree with you. But that's the thing. But so much of The Sims is about the banal, isn't it? It's funny. It's funny, more fun to do it. But people can't become zombies in real life, but they can in The Sims. So
this is true. I know. I just think it's like more and more fascinating that there's just there's so many different kind of flavors of gaming. I mean, there really is something for absolutely everybody out there. And like sometimes you sort of have that misconception that people think gaming's it's just about running around and shooting people, and it's not. There's absolutely every possible thing you do.
I got a text message from my mum recently that said I've reached level 46 and I've almost got a cupcake machine.
Sorry, what is this Candy Crush? What is it?
I was like, what? And she said, oh, sorry, that was meant for someone else. I was like, who is it meant for? But turns out, she's been playing Candy Crush Saga. Yeah, I was like, what? Or is it? Yeah, it must be Candy Crush Saga.
Like what? Oh, yeah, one of the King games.
One of the Calcutta ones. But I was just like, I could not believe it. I was like, so it transpires she plays. She would deny it until the cows come home.
Or if you asked her if she
That's
was a
probably
gamer.
level 69.
Yeah.
When the cows come home. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's quite fascinating. Because then even if you think about, like, someone who plays Candy Crush, right? Like, an hour to work, an hour on the way back. That's like 10 hours of gaming a week. That's actually quite hardcore.
Yeah. Do you think those games are good though? Do you think those kind of the buying credits and then because I feel that's
No, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I don't mind them having like these kind of particular games that are just a little bit different because I think it's a good entry way of getting more people into gaming.
Good entry
Yeah,
drug.
yeah. It's an entry Candy Crush sugar junkie drug.
But there's a part of that in every game, isn't there? There's a part of that in Fallout 4. There's a part of that, of that kind of relentless need to get thing. I feel like life is about that. That's kind of it mirrors life. Like life, I want to get a it's like, you go to school and then you get a job and then you get a house or a flat and then you get a house, a fiance or a wife or even a girlfriend. Sorry.
What were we talking about again?
I don't know.
You feel like you went off on a bit of a life tangent.
But you know what I mean? Like leveling up. We all level up in certain ways, and I just think that's probably a bad way to view things because obviously, at the end of the day, we should enjoy being in the moment because I don't want it to be on my gravestone. James Veitch completed life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Albeit on easy. So.
What are you looking forward to gaming-wise in the future?
Oh God, loads of stuff. So I had a gaming machine, and when I had the gaming machine, I was playing Abduction, which is because I was a big Myst fan back in the day, and I loved it. But then I had to send the gaming machine back, and I was because now I don't know. I hope Steam is going to keep my. And then I'm going to miss all the puzzles. I'm just going to have forgotten all about it. So I really want to complete that.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward to. Red Dead Redemption 2. I literally had dreams about Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've been waiting for so long. And
you need to be watching Westworld at the same time, and then it gets bizarre.
I'm waiting until they all get released, and I'm going to glut myself. I can't deal with this whole waiting a week thing. I mean, who does that anymore? What's the point?
Well, okay. I think we're almost going to be chuck over, but funnily enough, we're actually talking about sort of like games that you're really, really excited about because you know what? We are going to jump to the nominations for the most wanted game. James, we'll see you later.
Take care.
Hey, so we are back with John Mamais and Doug Cockle. Obviously, John's from CD Projekt Red, and Doug is basically just The Witcher. You're just The Witcher. I mean, you've been doing it for 10 years, basically.
10 years, yeah.
Yeah? Bit weird. I mean, it's so long. Can you even remember the first one?
Oh, I can remember it well, yeah. It was scary.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it really scary?
It was
this
a
is
little
your
bit,
job.
yeah.
Why are you scared?
Oh, well, no, it wasn't scary in that way, but it was just one of those things. It was a new game.
Just tilt that way for you, yep.
It was a new game. It was, nobody knew what it was going to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, who knew what would happen? Here we are.
I mean, can you ever really tell when you do, like, you know, voiceover jobs, like whether something's going to work long term? Do you get a feeling?
Sometimes you do, yeah. And
Yeah.
I did have a feeling about Witcher because it was such a great concept and it was completely new and it was backed up by the world of Sapkowski and all of that. So I just thought, well, you know, if it can just jump the pond, as it were,
Yeah.
you know, get over into the more Western audience and everything else, then it'll do fine.
But
And it
you know,
did.
We love medievally stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, swords. Hey, John, how are you doing?
I'm
Are
fine.
you sure you're all right?
Totally fine.
You look
I'm a
totally
little bit scared of
tired.
camera shy, but I'm fine.
Don't be camera shy. I mean, this must be amazing to you because obviously joysticks, you know, voted for by the fans. I mean, you guys have some pretty obsessive fans, of which I am one of them.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's quite cool because we're voted for our expansion pack this time. It's our second
Yeah.
expansion pack. So it's not even the main game. So I'm pretty honored to be here for an expansion pack.
So, as I've got you here, I think I really need to ask the question: is that how do you make a really big open world game that isn't just full of like a bunch of bugs that are really frustrating? How did you do that? Because I think other people would like to know that too.
It's really, really hard work.
Oh, come on! I thought it'd be some amazing little
So yeah,
technique.
I don't know. One of the tenets of kind of the development was to handcraft all the quests. So it's not very cookie cutter. A lot of games, you know, they're so big that you don't have time to make so many quests. But
Yeah.
but we were kind of determined to do them all kind of unique, and I think that was the kind of really set us apart. So in the end, though, it was like determination to make really unique quests and really effing hard work at the same time.
I mean, I think that's one of the things that strikes everyone about, you know, when they sort of play The Witcher, you know, having played other kind of, you know, big kind of open world games of a similar thing. It's like sometimes you get like these little like gopher quests where you're like, oh, I've got to go here and like find someone's cheese or something. And you can feel the repetition within the game. And The Witcher, even though it was so big and we spent hundreds and hundreds of hours, it never felt like you were repeating anything. I guess because everything was voiced as well, which made, I think, like a big difference. It made everything seem important. And then suddenly there was always like one quest that you thought was just, you know, just like a little mop-up task that just turned into something ludicrous. And you went down another road and you're like, hey, how did this mission to go find this turn into like a whole nother extra thing? How do you, I mean, that must be so complicated to plan out.
Well, you know, it's quite complicated actually, but it gives a chance to all the designers to actually contribute something interesting to the game. It's not like, you know, you're given a template and told to do the same thing over and over again. You're given something and you're told to make something original and really interesting for that. So it's kind of a win-win for us because, you know, everyone loves it, but also the designers really love working on it. So it's but how do you do it? I don't know. It was funny because I think 90% of the quests that we actually kind of submitted or pitched were canceled, and the other 10% picked up. So it's like a whole lot of kind of pre-production effort went into it. And then in terms of production, it's just, yeah, like I said before, it's just sheer kind of grit and, you know, work really hard and review and iterate and so forth. So.
Are you guys moderately Witcher obsessed? Or are you kind of done with it now? You're like, you know what? Geralt can just do one, right? 10 years, bad enough. Come on, delete Doug from your speed dial.
But every Saturday night, I'm still Geralt.
I don't want to know what we get up to in your personal life, Doug.
A lot of guys have been working on the franchise for a long time, you know, 10
Yeah.
years. So I think a lot of the guys are probably burned out on fantasy and medieval fantasy. And so, you know, the new title gives us something interesting and completely different to work on. So a lot of people are excited about that. There's another part of the studio that's still...
Can you tell us some more about that?
I can't tell you. I can't
Oh,
tell you
come on,
anything.
please.
No,
It's
I'd
just
be-
you
no,
and
no.
me. And look, just tell me stuff.
My throat would be cut if I said anything.
Really?
Yeah.
But I really want to know. Oh, God, it's so frustrating doing this job.
It's going to be really, really, really fucking badass. I can tell you that.
Okay, that's actually all I really, really needed to know. I mean, okay, so you're up for best storytelling as well. So, and you're talking a little bit about, obviously, you know, some of the stories that you didn't cut. Were there any really weird stories that didn't make the grade there? Can you tell us ones that you didn't use in The Witcher?
You know, Blood and Wine was we were in pre-production with our Krakow studio for 2.5 years on Blood and Wine.
Wow.
And I think there were probably, you know, dozens of story ideas that were thrown out for that game.
Were there weird ones that you can share with us? Can you share them with us?
Not me. I can't think of any weird ones. But yeah, we have a lot of weird people in studio that came up with lots of weird ideas, but I can't recall anything specific right now. Sorry.
I think having weird people work for you is really important because you don't want normal stories. I mean, it's a video game. You can do anything. Why would you want a boring story?
Yeah, I mean, and really weird and controversial stuff like this Baron Quest, right? So it's you know, it's a kind of touch and go with that kind of, you know, I don't know how people are going to respond to it, but yeah, we got it through, and it turned out being one of the more interesting quests in the main story, and I don't know what else to say about that.
I mean, CD's up for obviously like a bunch. We've got like best storytelling, best visual design. It is beautiful, let's be honest. And best studio. What happens if you win best studio? Does that mean that all the other people from the studios have to buy you drinks? How does it work? I've never won a best anything.
That's a good idea, actually. You know?
Yeah.
You should make them go out and buy us drinks or something.
Well, you get like a hat or a jar, and you like have to go around to the other studios.
We just get bragging rights for about a year, and after that, it's all over. You know, so we'll bask in our glory for a while, and then somebody else will take it. But, yeah.
Well, Doug, you're up for best performance. That's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. I'm thrilled.
You're up against blooming Nolan North. I mean, come on, man.
I know.
That's tough. He's like the godfather of voice acting.
Well, you know, me and Nolan were like this. You know, it's
Are
all
you?
good either way. I've never met the man. He seems like a nice guy, though.
He's a very nice guy. Yeah, but I mean, that must be kind of cool, you know? I mean, Nolan's like the go-to guy to be standing toe-to-toe with him. Must be kind of nice, even if you don't win.
Yeah, well, you know, it's always nice to be nominated, but when you're nominated in such, you know, excellent company, then it's even better.
I mean, you must admit, last year, did I remember what I said to you when I introduced you to people and I told them who you were, what their reaction would be? Were you surprised by the fact everyone kept going, "Oh my God, you're the Witcher!" and then, "Can I have a photo?" all the time?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's kind of a nice level of fame, you know. When I walk down the street, people don't recognize me, but when people find out, they're thrilled.
When you switch your voice into gear, do a bit of The Witcher. Go on, just a little bit to camera. I tell you what? How far away from me from Best Indie? A little while. 2 minutes. How long we got? A little while. 2 minutes. All right. I tell you what. You're going to introduce.
I'll do something.
Yeah. Okay.
And you do something in your Witcher voice.
No, but I
because
just sound like
Julia's got a fantastic.
Batman.
No, it's not a crap Batman.
I'm a crap Batman.
It's a crap Witcher.
Okay.
But it's still good.
Okay. All right. Go on. Let's do it.
All right. What do we say? Fancy a bit of unicorn time.
I can't. All right. Fancy. I see. It sounds like a crap Batman. Fancy a bit of unicorn time. It's rubbish. I sound like a prepubescent boy who's got some serious issues with.
Yeah,
some
who started
stuff.
smoking or something.
Yeah.
Chugging bourbon or something weird like that.
But it must be nice. I mean, do you get to like hang out with everyone like when they're here? Are you starting to get to know people within the industry a little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, it's been nice going to all these events. You know, the various things that I've gone to over the last few years. It's been really nice to get to know the people behind the game. Because usually when I go into the studio, I just go into the studio and I do my work, and I don't really meet the developers, with rare exceptions. So it's been nice meeting people like John and some of the other CD Projekt Red people.
But you haven't met John before?
Never.
So I've been working for CD Projekt for 7 years and on the franchise for 10 years, and I never met you. But
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
But he's the Witcher. What?
Yeah, I
but
know.
He's the Witcher. Why haven't you met him?
Because I'm scared of him, actually.
Really?
Chop my
do you
freaking
phone
head
them
off.
up? Like, if they're late on paying your invoices, do you phone them up with the Witcher voice and be just like, "You better be paying me now"?
Invoice number Q333 has not been paid.
Oh, please tell me you've done that. That would be bloody hilarious. Could you imagine? The woman in accounts is like, "I have no idea who this is. I just work in accounts."
I was actually asked at one point. It never materialized for whatever reason, but I was asked to do some voice work for the message answering system, the telephone answering system at CD Projekt Red.
Really?
I think that would have been pretty cool. Yeah. So somebody calls up,
Yeah.
to find out, whatever it is.
Press 1 if you
Press
want
1
accounts.
if you want accounts.
That's hilarious. You need to feed that. That has to happen. I would wait on hold. I'll just phone up for no good reason at all. Just
Maybe that's why they didn't do it.
What, people just kept blocking up the phone lines just to hear Geralt. Yeah. Has anyone asked you to record any answer machine messages yet? Or like messages to your friends?
Only one person, Lukasz, who was a playtester. I think so, yeah. He asked me to record something on his phone when we were at Comic-Con a few years ago in San Diego. And we'd had a few drinks, and I recorded something I think really, really rude. And he messaged me the next morning and said, "I've deleted it, don't worry."
Oh, God. Yeah, you've got to be a bit careful, though, haven't you?
You do, yeah.
Do they own that version of your voice now?
Oh, CD Projekt?
Yeah. Like
I don't,
if
we've
did
never
it
really
at
Owned
talked about
Doug.
it.
No, he's our property.
Do you?
It's a funny old thing because I think that it's more like there's a gentleman's agreement that I won't use the voice for something that would bring CD Projekt Red into disrepute or anything like that. But there's no contract signed saying Doug Cockle's Geralt voice is ours. Do you see what I mean?
Not yet.
It's actually mine. I suppose I own the IP.
He hasn't read the
but
small print yet, has he? Well, look, John, Doug, thank you so much for joining us. Could you do me a big favour then, Doug? As The Witcher, we were just about to throw to the nominees VT for Best Indie Game. So could you do it into that camera there as Geralt, Best Indie Game?
And here are the nominees for Best Indie Game.
He can just take my job. He's so much better at it.
Never.
I'm here with Chris Essen from BC Gamer. Chris, how you doing?
I'm very well. It's really nice to be here again.
It's cool. Do you like the nighttime backdrop we have?
Yeah, it's good to pretend that it's not the middle of the day.
It's literally the middle of the day, and there are some pretty drunk people in that room.
It's past noon, Julia. It's fine.
Is it?
Most of us are journalists.
But they were on the boat from earlier than that.
The
Didn't that start at 11?
11-ish.
They were drunk before 12.
clock's just changed. Everyone's confused.
That was a couple of weeks ago. They should have.
fine.
It's fine. I mean, you know, it's the joysticks. It's a time of celebration.
It is.
Of
It
the
is.
celebration
It
of
is.
gaming, and you know, it's wonderful because obviously it's the fans, it's the gamers themselves who really get involved, and that's. I always like that. I want to know what people think.
Yeah.
That was
Most
weird. I
of
wasn't
the
really
time.
going anywhere
No.
with that, but there we go. So we're going to be talking a little bit about the PC Gamer weekend.
Weekender.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's for active.
Weekender.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The ER's really important.
It is. You search for
Because-
PC Game Weekend. It could be anything.
It could be true. Actually,
But it's
you're
not
right.
what
It's
it
not.
is.
Tell us everything. What's happening?
Well, you were there this first year that we did it, right?
I was.
You did, yeah. So we did the PC Gamer Weekender in March this year, which was our first event as PC Gamer, to do a PC event for PC gamers in the UK. And by all accounts, we had a great time. So we had,
What, do you not
we had a great
remember?
time.
By all accounts,
By all
someone
accounts,
told me I
I
had a
remember
lovely time.
having a brilliant time. I really do.
It was a good time.
It was a good time. So we have lots of games to play pre-release, as you'd expect. We have hardware seminars and stuff, and we have loads of really good talks by developers kind of walking us through the making of their games, piecing out stuff together. So it was a lot of fun.
Is it going to be in the same place as it was
No,
last year?
It's going to be in Olympia this year. In
Ooh,
Kensington.
okay,
Yeah,
so
very-
upgrade.
yeah.
We were in near Brick Lane last year in that weird little marketplace.
It was like a brewery, I think.
Yeah, it's part of the brewery.
We
but
stayed somewhere we felt comfortable, but we're branching
the
out.
smell of alcohol was there.
Indeed,
so
yeah.
We can put our bags down here, it's fine.
Yeah.
So you're going to Olympia, so that's upgrade. 10 points plus for you there, that's
Thank you,
good.
thank you.
It's really great. So I'm quite interested to sort of know, because I think there's always kind of that big divide between, PC and console gamers, and we always felt they were quite a separate camp. And obviously with what I do, I tend to be more of the console persuasion because it tends to be more on that kind of mainstream, more kind of casual side. But I mean, do you think the lines are kind of blurring a little bit more between console and PC? I mean, like they're going to start making these, super duper, got PS4 Pro, we're going to have like Scorpio, so people are starting to think, actually, I want more out of my console. Do you think that might mean that I will lead gamers perhaps more to come to PC, like maybe switch from console?
I think so. Like the PC hardware side of things is probably always going to be something the hobbyists really attach to and that maybe won't become super mainstream. Not everyone's going to go out and build their own PC or anything like that.
Yeah.
But when you think about who plays games and like what platform they play them on, PC gaming is arguably hyper mainstream because it includes everything from AAA stuff to browser games to Facebook to everything else. So it really depends where you draw your line. I think
Is it the terror? Is it the terror of... Like, I remember growing up, and because there was such a huge difference between PCs, and like just in terms of like when the next iteration came out, it was such a huge jump. And you go to like a game shop and you'd buy the wrong freaking game that wasn't the right spec. Do you think people are a bit terrified? They just want the simplicity of, I know I'll get that disc in, it'll be fine.
You put the disc in and it works. Yeah, I think maybe there's a degree of that. It has gotten a lot more accessible. And those days of, I mean, obviously we always get, we still get upset when stuff doesn't work right. But I think that's come to consoles, ironically.
Yeah.
Some of but on the whole, like it's gotten a lot more accessible. It's gotten a lot cheaper for one thing. Like Steam has been a major driver in the price of games going down and how much people expect to pay going down. So I'd argue that, I mean, it's maybe more of a do-it-yourself brand of gaming. You probably expected to patch things up a little bit, and the show's to an extent about that because, offers all those workshops. People are interested in getting into building a PC for the first time. So yeah, maybe it'll always be slightly on the more hardcore end of the spectrum, but I really don't think that there's too big a barrier to entry for PC gaming.
I mean, and it's not like you can't just buy a pre-made gaming PC. I mean, there are, like hundreds and hundreds of retailers that will sell you as high a spec as they want to go for whatever price.
And often, don't tell anyone this, but I actually got a pre-made PC last time I
surely you get booted out of the office for that.
I'm fired now, so it's all off the record.
Burn him, he's a witch.
Yeah, yeah, and it was great. It is great. So there you go.
I don't know. At least then, you don't have to build a PC to have a PC. I think that's one of the misconceptions.
True. Yeah. I mean, and you don't really need to understand that much about the tech straight away. But when you do, it gives you all the freedom to kind of configure things as you want and to tweak things and mod things, which has always been such a great part of that hobby.
Basically, just the bigger the number of the thing in your machine, the better it is.
If you love numbers going up, you'll love the
with
PC.
An X after them.
Yeah.
You'll love it. I keep falling off this chair. I keep laughing, falling off. It's not funny, and it's usually at my own jokes, which is just a bit sad. Okay, so I think we should have a look at some of the titles that are up for PC Game of the Year.
PC Game of the Year, yes, absolutely, we should. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got most of them here. So Civilization 6, obviously, that's still cracking on. I mean, actually, what's one thing I wanted to ask you, just in terms of, obviously, if you actually look through the category, okay, you've got stuff that would, like, for me, would ring up as a crossover to console. Obviously, like things like Doom, Overwatch, stuff like that. Is there a big difference between PC and console, really, in terms of the actual games? Or is it, because you still get the kind of, stuff like Civilization, obviously that'd be terrible to play on a console.
Massive cop-out, I'm going to say it depends on the game. I mean, you could argue that something like Overwatch, obviously it's been huge on every platform, but that's from Blizzard, who are about as old school a PC developer as you can imagine. And I imagine there's going to be a lot of PC-exclusive gamers who would kind of have them as one of their own, really, rather than see that as necessarily. I mean, that was Blizzard's console debut to an extent. Maybe Diablo 3 ended up on console, but so that probably counts as PC. But broadly, you're getting territorial now.
PC.
Broadly
it
speaking,
got moved to console.
Broadly speaking, it depends on the game. Obviously, Civ is such an old stalwart of the platform, but I mean, so is Doom, arguably as well. Like 1993, birth of the first-person shooter.
Yeah,
I
mean.
That didn't happen on PlayStation.
Technically everything, I suppose, then started on PC. If
really. Often it depends on how pedantic you feel like being, and right now that's a lot. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, do you think? I mean, often there'd be a kind of a little bit of banter between kind of console and PC gaming. Like, is it less seriously aggravated online?
Depends which parts of Reddit you hang out in.
This is true. It does depend where on Reddit you go, I suppose.
Honestly, I think if you're interested in games nowadays, you're probably doing yourself a disservice if you're not playing on as broad a range of platforms as possible, because there's great stuff on everything. PC gets more games than anywhere else. We find that making the magazine, like, there's more indie stuff happening on PC than anywhere else, simply because it's easier to develop for and to get. You don't have to get certification or anything else, so games go up on Steam all the time. So there's a bigger breadth of things, but I don't think drawing lines in the sand when it comes to who owns what in terms of gaming cred is necessarily very helpful.
What is going to be happening? Let's talk a little bit. I feel like
back
I've
to
gone
the
off.
weekend,
Yeah, I know. I keep going off just talking about games. Like, let's talk a bit more about the PC weekend, because that is why you're here. And I just keep
so
filling you with questions.
So the weekend is coming back from the 18th to 19th of February in Olympia, like I said, and we do have the first games to announce right now, today.
Oh, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it to the camera?
I could do, but
make it a little bit sexual if you can. Oh no, to this one.
To this camera.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Use your eyes and eyebrows to sell it.
All right.
Come on, Chris.
So we have the return of the Sega Zone, which was a huge hit last year. They did a brilliant job. Last year they brought, this year, I guess. They brought Total Warhammer, which was like a fantastic debut for that. This year they're bringing Dawn of War 3, which is the Warhammer 40,000 RTS by Relic, which is very exciting, so that'll be playable, along with Motorsport Manager and lots more. We've also got Microsoft.
Lots more a game, or is it just...
Lots more. No, lots more isn't
stuff?
a game.
Okay, fine.
It's,
just checking.
It's what it says on this card. We've also got Microsoft for the first time, which is great, actually, to have such a kind of a stalwart of the PC there. And they're bringing Halo Wars 2, which is Creative Assembly's Halo strategy game, sequel to a really well-loved console strategy game by Ensemble from a few years ago. That's going to be playable in the Blitz Firefight mode, which sounds really interesting because it's a player versus CPU mode, but it uses a sort of card game deck building style structure on an RTS, which sounds apparently really accessible, but despite two very strategically deep genres kind of colliding, which is exciting.
That's interesting.
It is. We've also got the Bandai Namco Entertainment Zone, which is going to feature Tekken 7, which is exciting because that's the first time Tekken has been on the PC, which is kind of a big deal because we've...
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like... Wow.
Yeah, apparently. Unless I'm wrong, in which case someone will let me know.
No, I'm sure you're right. It just feels like that's a massive oversight.
Yeah, and there's a lot of... And the fighting game community is so cool, and there's such a great appetite for it on PC that it's kind of nice to see more traditionally, I guess, console games arrive on the platform like that. They're also bringing Little Nightmares, which is a terrifying-looking
I've played
indie.
it.
Have you?
Yeah, I played E3.
It looks horrifying.
It's
In a good
horrifying,
way.
but brilliant. It's like some sort of weird... You know, like in Monty Python, when they'd have like the weird dream sequences, like, oh, little fishy, fishy fish, that bit.
Yeah.
That's what Little Nightmares is like, but all the time.
Jesus. All right.
Mental.
That'll be there. So you
Yeah.
can play it on the show floor.
I can avoid it.
Terrified in your time.
Yep.
Koch are also bringing Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 from CI
that's good. I've
Games.
played that also.
Have you played it also?
It's good.
Wow, you are as...
Well, what do you think I do as a job, Chris?
Oh, I mean, you don't need to go to the Weekender, apparently.
Well, apparently I don't.
But everyone else should. And
Yeah.
and finally, we got Torn Banner, who are the guys who made Chivalry, which is a really had a cult following as like a PC melee action multiplayer game. They're bringing Mirage Arcane Warfare, which is their new game, and it takes that sort of kind of kinetic multiplayer melee combat they did the first time around and applies it to a sort of Arabian Nights setting with magic and by all accounts, it looks really cool, and I kind of love their previous stuff, so it's really great to have them there.
Cool. Okay, so remind us again, what's the date?
18th and 19th of February.
Okay.
Weekend. as
At
you might expect.
Olympia.
At Olympia.
Yep, okay.
Tickets are on sale now. There's an early bird discount for the Sunday of $9.99 until December. There you go. Camera.
Yeah, it's the wrong one, but...
Oh, really?
I don't know. I'm confused as you. It's fine. Anyway, thank you, Chris.
No worries.
Thank you so much for chatting with us. It's a shame we can talk more about PC games, but we are going to go over to the nominees for Best Multiplayer.
What did that make you feel?
Hi, welcome back. I'm here with Atsuo Yoshimura. Atsuo, how are you doing?
Good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really, really well. I'm sort of slightly terrified to meet you
Why?
because Dark Souls terrifies me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I felt like maybe you'd be really scary.
You know, a lot of people misunderstanding about that, you know, but it's a scary,
Yeah.
it's a bit scary and bit, you know, easy to die game, but,
Yeah.
you know, we're always open to even the newcomers. So, you know, I hope that, you know, that kind of misunderstanding will be, you know, the banished, you know, someday. So.
I mean, the thing is, I think with the whole franchise, I have got a very disturbing gamer rage within me, and I felt like maybe if I played the franchise like really intently, I would destroy my games console out of sheer frustration. So I've always been a bit afraid. But is it just a bit? It's not really about this. It's more about just kind of perseverance and learning. But I terrify myself with how angry I get sometimes. Do you find that with people?
Yeah, a lot of people said that, but you know, even that is a part of the, you know, the gameplay element when it comes to Dark Souls franchise.
Yeah.
As you may know, the basic concept of this franchise is about the, you know, the experience, the sense of accomplishment through overcoming the difficulties. That's the, you know, the basic concept behind it.
Yeah.
And we're keeping that in mind, you know, while we're, you know, working on the, you know, each installment in the past. So.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose people like you kind of forget that originally games were incredibly difficult and you couldn't really save them, and it was always quite hard to complete a game. And then it sort of went into a phase where, I can respawn and I can save from here and my health regenerates, and then it got a little bit easier. I mean, is that why that was the kind of desire behind the series, to make something that was that challenging once more, you know, like how it used to be?
Yes, but you know, again, it's difficult, but it's still reasonable.
Okay.
That's the you know, the big difference. You know, when it compares to, you know, comparing it for other difficult games. So.
Yeah, I mean, do you find that you have quite? I feel like you have quite obsessive fans. Do you find that quite a lot when people want to talk to you about the franchise? They are very excited to talk to you and want to ask you lots of questions. Do you find that? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, as you may know, not just during the, you know, the interviews with medias or you know, like some communication with you know, the fans. Not just that. You know. Even while we actually, you know, are watching a lot of, you know, the community shreds, you know, on the net, we see a lot of fans, you know, talking about this game. So, you know, it's been like 6 or 7 years, you know, since Bandai Namco worked together with From Software for this franchise. I believe, you know, we've been, you know, reaching to this, you know, stage because of the huge support by, you know, the communities, those community leaders, and the, you know, the followers, and you know, thanks to them that you know, we've been dedicating, you know, to this franchise for the past 7 years.
Do you find that sometimes people come up to you with really specific questions, like, you know, that bit, like with the giant guy, and he's got like the fork, and then he's firing the fire at, you know, like really specific questions?
Yes,
Yeah.
we've been receiving a lot of questions,
Yeah.
you know, throughout the official channels. Not only that, but you know, even the, you know, those YouTube channels, you know, the Facebook channels that the community leaders are hosting, and we've been collecting all the informations and you know, at least sharing those with, you know, the teams at the From Software. And we always trying to reflect some of the good things we have learned from the, you know, the opinions and the comments, you know, those community guys are bringing up. So.
I mean, it must be quite hard to make it difficult, but not too difficult. I mean, that must be one of the biggest challenges for you guys, right?
Yes, exactly. You know, during the product development, this is the toughest part. You know, the team at the From Software is working on the, you know, the game balance, the tuning, until the very last minute.
Really?
So, yeah, right before we actually release the game. So, as a producer, that's the toughest part for me to, you know, control the scheduling. You're like, I always beg like Miyazaki-san and the team, oh guys, come on, you know, we have to, you know, submit the, you know, the master build to the, you know, the first party or whatever. And I really understand you guys want to come up with the best performance, best tuning, but you know, we have to hurry up, and you know, it's a good thing as well. You know, working with you know, those guys crazy about creating a game is really fun. So,
do you find that the team pretty obsessed with this? Because I mean, you must. In your career working in games, you know, you must work on games and you're like, oh, this is okay. And then, but then you have certain games that you work on that, you know, like they're your games, you know. Do you find that the team, it's like a real labor of love? Like they're very, very passionate, more than, say, if they were working on a different game, you know?
Yeah, yes, of course. They are dedicating themselves, their lives to, you know, the Dark Souls franchise, you know. It's been like I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago that you know, we first time we see see the, you know, the team at the From Software and decided to work on a Dark Souls 3. Since then, you know, compared to a lot of Western, you know, the developers, number of the people working on the, you know, the Dark Souls the 3 is you know, lesser. And because of the love to the, you know, this game. That is why we actually come up with this, you know, the best game in the, you know, the franchise with a lesser people compared to the Western developers.
Lots of late nights.
Yeah, of course.
So you're actually up for an award this year, which is the Ultimate Game of the Year award. So you've got people like Doom, Fallout 4, Overwatch, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Uncharted 4. I mean, did you play any of those games? Do you actually get time to play any other games in your life?
You know, actually, I recently played Fallout 4.
Okay,
yes. And that applies to the team at the From Software as well. I mean, you know, they respect a lot of games, you know, by the, you know, those competitors, and we actually kind of scared to, you know, being our games nominated for the ultimate, you know, the game of the year with that kind of, you know, the strong competitors.
Yeah.
So. It's a very pleasure that you know, we've been invited to, you know, this kind of, you know, big huge opportunity. So
yeah, it's cool. I mean, what's your take on VR? Are you for or against? Do you like it? Do you like the idea of it? Are we going to see Dark Souls in VR? Because that would be so terrifying. Could you imagine? You're like looking up at a thing up here. Can you make one? Does that mean yes?
Yes.
Yeah, exclusive.
We're hoping, yes.
Oh, wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so good. Well, look, good luck this evening in your category. And speaking of Ultimate Game of the Year, I think we've got some nominees for you.
All right, thank you.
Life breaks down.
Hey, welcome back to my little studio here. I'm with Al from Wargaming, and I'm falling off my chair today. This is ridiculous. I'm from Noah from I've done it twice already. It's quite embarrassing. Noah from Crystal Dynamics. Hi guys, how are you doing today?
Oh, doing great.
All right, lift that up just a little bit more for me there. Do you like my lovely backdrop? It's quite fancy.
Yes, where is it?
I guess it's here.
It's here at
Some
night.
bit of a
Live
river
from London.
from somewhere. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
I'm sorry to interrupt your drinking, I want to say.
We're on the desserts now.
Oh, you want desserts? What is for dessert? We've missed it all.
Chocolate thing, wasn't
A
it?
chocolate thing.
I'm going to skip
Well
it.
with the red wine.
It did, but I'm going to skip to the cheese.
You're going to skip to the cheese. There's
Yeah.
cheese as well.
There is. It's ridiculous.
What? I'm missing all the best bits. What's going on?
What would you
here?
like? I'll
I
do
want
a
some
little
chocolate.
canapé.
Someone needs to bring me some chocolate.
You can
Hey,
have-
people out there, can we get a line? No.
You can have Noah's dessert.
They had some of the best chocolate out there.
Stop it. Oh, honestly. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, this isn't your first Golden Joysticks, but are you excited to be here? Obviously, you know, Tomb Raider's up for a couple here and there. Obviously, you know, I mean, is it still fun to get nominated for things? Does it matter to you still?
Oh my gosh, it's exciting.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is it's amazing to have Lara recognized as a Hall of Fame character, but also a lot of nominations for the game. Every time it puts butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah, it must be nice. Because also, obviously, Joysticks is voted for by the actual gamers themselves,
The
which
people
kind
that
of...
count.
All right, okay, I'm a games journalist, but let's make this really awkward now. Okay, so it's fine.
Don't say it with so much shame. You should be proud.
No, it's fine. I'm just kidding. It is right. The gamers really are the ones that count at the end of the day. So it's been quite an exciting year for gaming. What's been happening with you this year? Tell us everything.
With wargaming, it's very much about getting rid of bad habits and forming new good habits.
That's just a life thing in general, is it not?
It's true, but the fact that it's directly applicable to a business,
Ah.
you know, that needed to basically, you know, not so much sober up, but grow up. And
Okay,
basically
fair
say, are we in this for the long term, or do we want to be a one-hit wonder? So we've knuckled down, and now there's actually a hard work going on in Cyprus and Minsk and all around the wargaming world. There's loads of stuff in development which we can't talk about.
Of course, welcome to my world. I'm like,
But
tell me about what you're
2018
doing.
is going to be
Can't
great.
tell you anything.
Exactly. Although there is a massive update for World of Tanks
Yeah.
next year,
Okay.
which will be huge. It's like, one of the great things about the internet is you've got your community, they'll tell you exactly what they like, what they don't like, and then you've got a list of things to do, and you have to work through that. And we are literally, there's 3 things left on the list that we need to fix, and
How
we
long
will
was
fix.
the list?
Oh God, it was like bigger than the Torah and the Quran combined.
Oh my God.
Yeah, despite all the good things, there was all this stuff that needed fixing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've listened, we've understood, we've addressed it, and so middle of next year we'll have
Okay.
yeah,
Because I mean,
something
it's
to
also,
say.
it must be nice to get feedback. Also, it can be probably quite upsetting if you've spent a lot of time doing something and then people don't like it. I mean, you know.
Terrifying.
Yeah, well, it's like walking into like the locker rooms at school and finding out everyone's been talking about you, and you're like, oh God.
Whenever I used to walk into the ladies' locker rooms, it was
wait, what?
apparently controversial.
Well, no, you're not supposed to do
I
that.
know, but you know.
Al, come on, man.
Yeah.
Why do you need me to tell you that? Come on.
Well, you
now.
were the one that brought up locker rooms.
I was talking about general locker rooms, but
Okay.
I mean, how do you find it? I mean, obviously, with
I
with
find
titles,
critical feedback the best. If
Yeah.
people are very complimentary, you really don't know what to do with that. You're like, oh, right, we'll keep doing what we're doing. And that ultimately isn't evolving or knuckling down or doing better and those kinds of things. So I think I always appreciate constructive criticism or even unconstructive criticism because that's the kind of thing you can turn into a better game in the end. And I think Tomb Raider has one of the best communities out there, so we listen a lot, and I think part of why we've gotten to where we are is by listening to the community.
Well, also as well, you know, Lara is probably more special than most gaming characters in some ways because first of all, there aren't really that many women characters at all. Amazing
And
or
certainly
not.
not that look feasibly,
Yeah.
physically feasible in real life.
Yeah, it doesn't really happen that often. So, you know, it must be tricky because obviously, you know, Lara herself has
locker
gone.
room practices.
Wow, let's stay away
Move on
from
quickly.
that. I mean, Lara's been on such a big journey. How difficult is it to kind of take the fans with you on that journey, or are they always quite open to change? Because there's been a few big changes as it's gone along.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that's sort of inevitable with a franchise that's lasted 20 years, is you have people who appreciate it from that very first experience, like myself, and then ultimately an audience, a new modern gaming audience that you want to bring into the fold. And it is a balancing act. It's making sure that you don't lose sight of what made Lara great in the first place, but you're also willing to evolve it enough to be fresh and relevant that I think even people who came at it from the beginning want to see Lara popular and on top. And to do that, you really have to continue to surprise people and do things that they haven't seen before. So it becomes this needle threading exercise of understanding what made it great and bringing it forward.
But then also, you can't change too much because it can't be like all of a sudden Lara's like, well, you know, screw this, I'm going to go and study in Germany.
Which would be a good thing.
You know, and it's just her, I don't know, at university studying.
I told you we weren't going to talk about the next
Sorry,
game.
it's like philosophy,
Why
yeah,
not?
at university. And basically you're just writing papers. I mean, that'd be pretty rubbish. I mean, you could do it. She's quite studious. Maybe there's one way she goes.
Writing papers at university is not rubbish, and I know you don't
No,
really
no,
mean
I
that.
don't mean it like that, of
It's
course.
what you
But
should
I mean,
be doing.
as a game, that would be a bit rubbish, let's be honest. I mean, you know, unless that's like the future, maybe your video game characters will effectively teach us in school. So you'd have like Lara Croft teaching
That is
you.
the future. It's happening already.
VR, Lara Croft will come and teach you about archaeology and stuff like that.
Which he is good at.
What better
Yeah.
way to learn?
I would learn from Lara Croft. I would turn up for that class. I'd be like, you are cool, I'll listen to you.
I
Can
think
we
we're
do
onto
that?
Something, yeah. We should all agree to do that. This
Video
time
game
next
school.
year, let's see. There you go. Maybe a slightly catchy name, but we can work on that.
I'm serious. I would make a video game school.
I'm with
down
you.
with that.
I'm there.
I'm down with that. I want to learn how to drive a tank.
Would you?
Yeah, I'm 100% down with that.
Pretty easy.
I mean, it's not really that useful, but then most of school.
You say that now, but you know.
There you go, bagging on school
Doom-
again.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm
Doomsday
sorry.
Clock is very close to midnight right now.
So actually, it would be
may
a
see
good thing to
tanks.
learn.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think about VR? Are you fans of it?
I'm more a fan of the real thing. I prefer real life.
Yeah.
But if, you know, certainly if we're seeing a lot of VR being applied to people with special needs who can't get out as much, and they
Yep.
can connect with virtual worlds that they would never have had a chance to
Yeah.
through things like that. So while there is no substitute for the real thing, you know, if you can't get out and do it, VR, fab, bring it on.
Yeah, and also, you know, even sort of the elderly, maybe they always wanted to go on a trip and experience something. Or even, yeah, I mean, schooling, education, things like that, where you could actually imagine, okay, right, Assassin's Creed, right, but they took out all the bits where you're murdering someone, and you were just, you know, kind of going around, you know, turn of the century, like Boston, or you were experiencing.
Helping them get their homework in on time.
Yes. Well, I mean, you have to catch a bunch of papers in that one, number 3. God, that's probably just someone's homework who fell out the window.
Before the dog ate it.
Ugh, before the dog ate it, it's like, dude, just rewrite the paper.
We recently got to play with VR for Croft Manor. We did the PS4 release of Rise of the Tomb Raider. And
Yeah.
I think just because we push so hard on a sense of place and a sense of immersion, that really works well with VR. So we allow players to essentially walk around Lara's
wanna
childhood
rifle through
home.
her drawers.
Yeah.
So do I, frankly.
Yeah, I think a lot of people want to do that. This has turned into a carry-on film.
But in
Oh my
VR,
God.
That's how I live.
it's like being there.
Well, I mean, obviously they did, you know, Arkham VR as well, you know, where you got to be in like Wayne Manor and like go around. That was just, you can throw things at Alfred. It was great. Picture frames, hilarious. You know, if you wanted to be a bit of a jerk.
He's a nice man.
He is a nice man. I felt quite guilty afterwards. But yeah, there's so many things like that where you can really. But I mean, imagine again, you know, you're raiding a tomb and there's all these huge things. Because what, you know, watching something on TV you don't ever get is that sense of scale where you walk up to something and you are completely intimidated because you are so small compared to it. And imagine walking into a tomb where you actually get that sense of architecture and then some giant statue comes to life and starts chasing you. Terrifying. Terrifying, but brilliant. We need to make this happen.
It's exciting.
That
See,
means
I
he's
feel
making it happen.
woefully out of my depth when I'm next to a World of Tanks doing phenomenally well, but Tomb Raider obviously is one of those, you know, iconic brands. You know when you're successful when the porn industry makes a film in honor of your
You
game.
haven't seen the World of Tanks porn yet?
There is one. No, but that's my benchmark.
I'm sure there's a subcategory somewhere.
Yeah. So
on
if
Reddit.
anyone from the Valley in Los Angeles is watching and is looking for an inspiration for a new skin flick, World of Tanks, I think.
I feel like this interview has taken quite a disturbing turn. I mean, I'd generally be okay with this, but I feel it might be inappropriate for the stream. But I mean, yeah.
Surfing close.
I mean, although to be fair, you're right. VR and that particular category of life probably will do
Made
quite
for
well.
each other.
Yeah.
Made for
Well, they
each
already
other.
have the POV, so you know, there you go. So cool. What's next? What are we going to be seeing next for Lara? Is she going to be Empress of the Universe? Can she be Queen? Can she be Prime Minister? Because you know.
Very likely. Now, actually, I know there's some rumors floating out there, but we can't talk about anything
God,
officially
just
yet.
tell us something. Tell us something. Anything. How many levels are there? Does she wear a hat?
She'll raid tombs.
What colour is one of her jackets?
She'll be brilliant.
What colour is one of her jackets?
It will be in the earthy or natural tones, probably.
Okay. Does she have to infiltrate a party at some stage in a dress?
I remember that one. That was fun.
She's strong and independent and a good role model for young
Absolutely.
women in Britain and the world.
not always a perfect role model. I don't recommend
You gotta have
rating
flaws.
tombs, but she is an inspiration.
Yes, it's not done
Can we
these
please
days,
start
is it?
a Lara Croft academy where we can just go away for a weekend and be Lara Croft?
That-
Can we please do that? I would go on a holiday if
We
that
just
was a
recently
holiday.
did survival training with
Yeah.
to try to get up to speed like Lara Croft, just in
Yeah,
case.
I
And
wasn't
again, back
invited to that, okay?
back to
So
the
I
clock.
was slightly
But you hadn't
annoyed.
met Noah then, had you?
Tanks and
It's not the
survival.
point.
Next time you
Next
would be.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be Lara
I'm not
Croft.
psychic.
Well, you shouldn't have to be psychic. I'm around. God, what do you know. Yes. Anyway, what's next for you? What's apart from the kind of big update that's coming next year? Anything else that you can tell us of? I mean, I know it's just us guys chatting, so
I
you
can
can
just
say what
drop
you
big
like.
hints without
Yes.
really revealing anything.
Do it. Do get like
So
a
obviously
sexual eyebrow raise at the same time.
We've got tanks, planes, and ships, and only tanks is currently available on multiple formats. So there's an opportunity to get the ships and the planes out in multiple formats.
Okay.
And then we've got a third-party publishing division that's just opened. So we've just signed our first deal with Sega, and we've got Total War Arena coming out. So we're taking Total War and we're bringing it into the free-to-play, team-based environment, which is very exciting. And hopefully once we've shown that we can do that, lots of other third parties will then go, those wargaming guys are all right, we'll sign with them. So
Okay. I mean, now that you're getting serious, does that mean you're not going to do such epic parties? Because that would
I'm
be
afraid
sad.
it does. The parties have been killed.
What?
Much as I
they
like a
were
good party, I
amazing.
know, and maybe we will get them back. We need to earn them back. We earned the right to party with having a global success with World of Tanks, and then we kind of, just went on a massive bender a few years, and then
Yeah, it was thoroughly
slapped each other
enjoyable
away.
to be part of that.
But all that party budget has now gone into player gatherings.
Okay, that's probably a better idea.
Hanging out with pissed middle-aged men talking about Tigers and T-34s sounds sad, but believe me, it's way cooler.
Oh, I don't know. I'm really excited. What are the games that are up for awards that you have actually played this year? Is there
No
anything
clue.
particularly? Have you
Not
played
interested.
anything? Because that's the thing, you sort of get more into games and then you just have less time to play games. What have
I'm
you
a
played
big
this
fan
year?
of Overwatch this year.
Ooh, they're
that's
up for a
amazing.
bunch.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Everyone in the office plays it. I've tried. I'm hopeless, but it is
It's
brilliant.
fast, but it's that, sometimes when you play a game and they've clearly like dumbed it down a little bit to make it accessible, and even though it feels like it's simpler, it's not easy. I don't know, there's something about the balancing that's just so perfect. It's so fun and so rewarding so fast, but without it feeling like it's you actually got a handle on it because everyone's amazing on it.
Yeah, I still get beat up, but somehow it feels more accessible than most of those games.
Yeah.
An
Yeah.
acceptable way to be beaten up.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh
That's
yeah,
their
please.
campaign
That was
slogan.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
Slapping.
If you could have worked on any game that came out this year, like if you could just switch jobs with someone, what game would it be? Is there anything you're kind of slightly envious of?
Can I go for of all time as opposed
Yeah,
to this year?
go for of all time.
Well, Dungeon Keeper, because it was brilliant.
Aw, yeah.
Because, having been weaned on D&D in the 70s, I am quite old, it was always about being the good guy.
Yeah.
And then, Peter Molyneux and the guys at Bullfrog, they just stood it on his head. And they made you be the bad guy that creates the ultimate
clever.
dungeon,
Yeah.
to make sure that the goodies wouldn't get in.
Yeah.
And then when you know all the secret spells and how to mix different monsters to create, Horny, that massive red
Sorry,
demon that
he's
came out.
called Horny.
He's called Horny because he had big horns on his head. But yeah,
Oh, of course, because of the horns on his head.
yeah, it was like an imp, a bile demon, and something else.
Okay,
You mixed
no,
them in a
that's
pot.
okay, yep.
Boom.
Yep.
So yeah, you get to basically be Sauron, which is kind of what I want to do.
Yeah. Oh, cool. How about you?
I'm a huge fan of Naughty Dog, so Uncharted's a
Which
game I would
Uncharted
have.
My son
though?
loves that.
Uncharted 4, I would have loved working
Uncharted
on.
4.
It's amazing.
It was amazing. I ended up going to like the press trip in Rome, and it's the first time I've ever seen Nolan North quiet. Well, no, just because I think he sort of came to the realization that it's kind of over, and that's his baby. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he'll have obviously other successes. He's very talented, but nothing will be Nathan Drake because
Yeah,
that's
it's
kind of
great
him.
to see him as that role.
Yeah.
But it's a bit like the Stones retiring and then coming back.
They'll
He
bring
may
him
have gone
back.
for
They'll be
now.
like-
Of course
they'll-
they will. There's far too much money at stake, and it's a brilliant game with a cool character. So they owe it to us, frankly.
I know. I maybe I took it a bit too literally that it was the final thing. I keep forgetting that
It's all smoke and mirrors.
money.
Yeah, exactly.
Money is the great driver.
Work hard, kids.
Yeah, but I mean, what better thing than to study a little bit of sciencey stuff at school? Because you could go.
Goes
and
a
work
long
in,
way, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
What did you study at school?
Computing,
Good,
design,
relevant.
technology, and art.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
quite good.
Combo.
And then I studied photography.
Did you do something proper?
Yeah.
I studied film and then
So
dropped
no.
out to make video games.
I did biology, chemistry, and physics.
Okay,
there.
so completely.
You did real school.
Yeah.
I
you
did, yeah.
real
I
school.
thought that's what you were meant to
You
do.
learned things.
Yeah, the games industry loves that. If we get CVs and you've got like, you know, these little Mickey Mouse degrees on,
Yeah.
we all get into the HR room and have a laugh. But if you've got physics, which is the key one, that pretty much shows that you can
quite
think and solve problems.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not beyond you. You can do it.
Oh, I don't know. You didn't see my grades from school. I don't know about that. I don't know. But you probably came on when there were still like grants, right? Did you go to university?
Of course,
Yeah.
twice.
I went once. I still haven't paid that back yet. I'm just going to move
It's
abroad.
awful. My daughter's now tapping me up for like hundreds of pounds a month, and that's just for the accommodation. It's
mad.
ridiculous that a society thinks that it shouldn't invest in the generations that are going to be looking after us in the future for their education. Don't understand it at all.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could get into a whole discussion
have.
about yeah. I feel like that maybe we should throw it. But
yeah.
we're still a little way away from actually starting the game. So starting the game. It's like I'm doing some sort of gameplay live
It's all gone a
stream.
bit Black Mirror, hasn't it?
It has.
Reality, game.
I know. We're seeing the stream from the stage just over here at the moment. There's some pie charts and there's.
Can we talk about the
chronicle
word
fonts.
original written onto a
Oh,
a
why is there
napkin?
why is the word original
Yeah,
written on a
yeah.
napkin? Because earlier when I was doing my introduction link, which I did in the other room, that was the name of the first VT that I was throwing to. So just in
Brilliant.
case I forgot, because I'd just done a really long walkie-talkie link, I didn't need it in the end, but it's like a crutch. Thanks for bringing that up.
You're absolutely welcome.
Yeah.
We should do this more
Thanks.
often.
Thanks so much. Let's we'll
They'd
just.
pay to watch this.
But
Well,
they-
in
I
certain
don't know.
countries where there's nothing else on, maybe.
Well, okay, I think we are ready to actually hit onto the awards now. So thank you so much, Al. Thank you so much.
A pleasure. Thank
Thank
you.
you. And thanks so much
Thank
for joining
you.
us. We're going to look at the best original game once more. Thanks so much. We'll be back a bit later on from here. Hello, welcome back. How are you doing? We are live, right? Okay, good, fine. Yes, I have to say, I keep watching all of these VTs, and now it just makes me really sad that there are a bunch of games out there that I still haven't played, or the ones that are still on my pile of shame that I still haven't played. Thank goodness for Christmas, when you can avoid your family by playing video games. I mean, that's what it's for. Right? I don't know. Yeah, big thank you to all of our guests, obviously, coming in and chatting to us. It's been really, really great to kind of talk to them and see a little bit behind the scenes. I mean, I find it utterly fascinating to just go a little bit deeper behind the games because you spend so much time just playing them. I never really go too deep into kind of what's going on behind the scenes. So it's always great to kind of chat to people and just be a bit nerdy. Yeah. but that's just generally me in life, I think. Yeah, we've got, when we actually go through to the main award ceremony, we're going to be bringing in some of the winners to have a little bit of a chat after they've won their awards in between back in this studio. Don't forget, of course, to let us know what you think by using the hashtag Golden Joysticks, or just hit us up in the comments below. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know who you think is going to be winning. And I think now we actually have a little video for you for the most wanted game. Hey, welcome back. So apologies for overrunning a little bit. We are taking you straight to the awards now. We'll see you back here later.
Joining us live from, for the Golden Joystick Awards 2016. For the Golden Joystick Awards 2016. Hi, everyone. Okay, well, let's start as we mean to get on with some awards, guys. Don't worry, we're going to rattle through these. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's start as we mean to go on with the Best Original Game Award, or I don't know what I'm describing as we're getting a sequel. This one is in association with The Sun, so to present it, please welcome Associate Digital Sports Editor, Daniel Cutts.
The future belongs to gaming's fresh IPs, brand new titles which show us tomorrow's gaming icons today, but what are the brightest and best original games of 2016? In third place, Abzu. The runner-up is Firewatch.
But Daniel, tell me, who's won the Joystick Award for Best Original Game?
And the winner is Overwatch.
Overwatch!
And to collect this award, please welcome to the stage from Blizzard, George Giorgio and Sam Banda.
nailed that first award, guys. Well done. Next up, guys, best storytelling. This is a celebration of the delicately woven narratives that allow nuance and character to flourish in every clinically executed no-scope headshot from a moving vehicle. And to present this award, please welcome to the stage from Xbox On, Matthew Castle.
Games can tell stories in ways utterly unlike books, TV, or movies, and that's exactly what this award celebrates. Here are the best gaming narratives of 2016. In third place, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. The runner-up is Firewatch.
Aww. But Matthew, who is the winner, please?
And the winner is The Witcher 3, Blood and Wine.
And to collect this award, please give a warm welcome to the stage from CD Projekt. It's John Mamais.
You like this? Oh, thanks, mate. No, you're right, you're out. Thank you. Wicked. Was that embarrassing? For someone to forget I'm on stage. Next, we come to Best Visual Design. And to present this award, we could basically think of no one better than the editor of Retro Gamer, a man to whom visual design peaked in 1992 with Wolfenstein 3D. Please welcome to the stage, Darren Jones.
This award recognises richly crafted gaming worlds, masterpieces of design with the power to immerse and entertain. Here are the best gaming worlds of 2016. Third place goes to Doom. The runner-up is Dark Souls 3.
But can you tell me who the winner is, please, Darren?
I certainly can. The winner is The Witcher 3, Blood and Wine.
Woo! To collect this award, please welcome back to the stage from CD Projekt, it's John Mamais.
Double fisting it there. It's it's guys. It's Mamais. In fact, it literally says on my script, my ass. So, no excuses. I want to point out, guys, at the moment that I need some free shit. Like I was all gaming, and that would have been longer, that segment. But Asus lent me a laptop and then just took it away again. So I have a lot of followers and zero integrity. So, guys, get in touch. That went well. Okay, now in association with DTS, it's on to Best Audio. And to present this award, we have the Director of Research and Development at DTS, Michael Kelly.
Whether it's sweeping orchestral scores or shotgun reloading noises, sound design is one of the most important and evocative elements of gaming. Here are the top nominees for Best Audio. Third place goes to Star Wars Battlefront. The runner-up is Doom.
Michael, open that envelope.
The winner is Fallout 4.
Fallout 4!
And collecting this award from
John, you've
Bethesda,
been
please
away
welcome to
2
the
minutes
stage,
and you've won 2 awards.
Sean Brennan and Mark Cook.
Storytelling and best
Unsurprising.
visual design.
Yeah, for Blood and Wine. How about that,
What?
guys?
How chuffed are you? You must be pretty chuffed.
Totally shocked, actually. Yeah, there's so many other cool games, and it's shocking. So it's very cool. Our fans are obviously pretty awesome, I'd say.
You should know that they're pretty awesome already. You don't have to win awards, surely.
Yeah, it's, lucky us. We have great fans.
How do you feel? You now have 2, so you could actually kind of dual stick play a game in a really glitzy swag fashion. Let's hold it up.
I'm
Are
gonna
they
need
quite
a special
weighty?
one. Yeah, they're really weighty. I wish they were gold. Maybe I wouldn't go back to gold.
Well, anyway, we have got to go back to you boys, but congratulations, John. We'll be back here very soon.
Okay, thanks.
And now the Golden Joystick Awards 2016 is proud to present a very special trailer from our friends at Wargaming, World of Warships.
Ah, you've come to be the next great action hero.
What?
But there's much to learn. But I'll teach you to be stronger and more powerful than you ever thought possible. Strength is not enough. Use your mind. Learn your enemy's strengths and his weaknesses. You will know your opponent's moves even before they do. Strategize and then strike. Because the secret to being an action hero isn't here. It's here.
Actually, I just came in here for the Wi-Fi.
What?
No. I've really loved all of our time together and all the punching and kicking, and it's great. But I want to show you something even better.
What could be better than Aikido?
Epic multiplayer naval battles, authentic World War II warships. I mean, it's got everything you like, man. Action, strategy. Let's check this out.
Warships. I know a thing or two about warships. Better get some sleep. Play for free at worldofwarships.eu. Oh man, I must have been playing all night long. I better get some sleep.
Thank you for that Wargaming. What happened to Steven Seagal? We were all thinking it. Next up, we have Best Indie Game. To present the award, please welcome to the stage acting editor of Kotaku UK, Mr. Rich Stanton. Love Kotaku.
This award celebrates the indie developers who proved that anyone with a great idea and endless persistence can make games. And here's what the public voted as the best indie game of 2016. In third place, it's Stardew Valley. The runner-up is Undertale.
And over to you, Rich, for the winner, please.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Campo Santo's Firewatch.
And collecting this award from Campo Santo, please welcome to the stage James Benson and Matthew Benson.
Next up. Guys, we're doing really well. We're like a third of the way through. Yeah, no, but yes. Next up, presented by Guinness World Records, we have the award for Gaming Personality of the Year. And here to present the award is the editor of Guinness World Records, Stephen Daltrey.
This award acknowledges the celebrities of the video game world, from streaming stars to esports experts. Here's who our panel voted 2016's Gaming Personality of the Year. Stephen, tell us the winner.
The winner is Day 9, Sean Plott.
Unfortunately, Sean couldn't be here this afternoon with us, but he has sent us a video. Can we run that, please?
Hello everyone. I'd of course like to give a huge thank you right away to the folks at the Golden Joystick Awards for this, especially given how much gaming means to me. You know, when I was little, I had quite a tough time. In school, I got bullied a lot. I even got beat up a few times, basically for being your regular nerdy kid. And for me, gaming was this place that I could go to, this wonderfully positive place where I could prove myself by trying to get better and better at StarCraft, where I could meet all sorts of people all around the world who were just like me, or express myself through a whole bunch of different genres. And with all the changes that happened in my life in those years, going to a high school with a completely new group of people, going across the country to a college in a completely new place, and again doing the same thing with grad school, gaming was always this oasis for me. With all the change and chaos that was happening around me, I could always go to games and feel right at home. So when I started Day 9 TV 7 years ago, with all the shows and streams I did, I wanted to preserve that feeling. Sure, we might be trying to be a better gamer in StarCraft, but at the core, Day 9 TV was a place that you could go to if you were having a good day or a bad one, and let that all wash away and step into a place of warmth and cheer. So I'd like to give a huge thank you to all the folks who've supported me throughout the last 7 years, and again, an enormous thank you to the Golden Joystick Awards. And for you, I hope you go play a video game tonight and make a friend. Cheers!
Thank you, Sean. That was lovely. So now we have the Golden Joystick for Best Multiplayer Game. Now, in association with the PC Gamer Weekender. Multiplayer, guys. I remember multiplayer back in the day was like, you have a Game Boy, I have a Game Boy, you have Tetris, I have Tetris, get the cable. No? To present the award, please welcome to the stage PC Game Weekender event director Johnny Sullens.
This award celebrates games that can be enjoyed by more than one person, from cheerful couch co-op classics to twitchy online shooters. Here's what you voted 2016's best multiplayer game. Third place goes to Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. In the runner-up spot, Dark Souls 3.
And Johnny, over to you.
The winner of the best multiplayer game is Overwatch.
Woo! To collect this award, please welcome back to the stage Blizzard's George Giorgio and Sam Banda.
Well, I am here with the winner of Best Indie, James Benson, for Firewatch.
Thank you very much. That's me.
Hey,
Hi.
hello. Are you surprised? I mean, everyone we all us journos loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a surprise. It's strange because the game comes out and it sells copies and things, but you don't really interact with the people on a day-to-day basis who bought it. So.
Are you chuffed?
Yes, I'm very, very, very chuffed. It's lovely. It's extremely. It's why you spend so many sleepless nights thinking about the game.
I'm so sorry. We're going to have to go straight back to the awards. But James, thank you so much for joining us. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
The award for Competitive Play of the Year, an award for a move that is either a result of gaming excellence or a completely random clusterfuck in which no one really knows what's going on. You decide. In association with PC Gamer Pro, and to present it, please welcome the first UK FIFA Pro player to ever join a real football team, Mr. David Bythway.
Competitive Play of the Year celebrates the most amazing, dramatic and surprising moments in the world of online gaming and esports. Here are the finalists for 2016. Third place goes to Daigo's Magic Pixel comeback at the Street Fighter V Capcom Cup Final. Woo! In the runner-up spot, Simple's double AWP no-scope in Counter-Strike Global Offensive at ESL 1 Cologne.
And David, if you could try and pronounce the winner, please. That would be fantastic.
The winner is Cold Zero.
Woo! Let's take a look at the Cold Zero is basically jumping AWP quad kill in Counter-Strike Global Offensive at MLG Columbus. See? Was it that hard? Let's take a look at it.
Again, we've got Taco just holding a short angle, so it's still Liquid's round to impose on Luminosity. the team now going back to Old Faithful, and Cold might be in trouble.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on him. He's got to hit these shots. We saw Fall in this spot before, the same spot, but with much more utility to work with. Here he comes once again. The first base is a trend. He's going to hit the ground there. It's Cold. Oh, what? Jumping double from Cold! What is going on right now? How does he do this? Cold is saving velocity with the yacht play. Unthinkable scenes there on the B apartments.
Holy living fuck. Fuck! They told me about this. I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fuck! Oh yeah, so unfortunately, Cold Zero couldn't be here today. He's too busy doing legendary things like that. Doesn't want to sit down. Actually, he does, but not virtually. But he has sent us this, so let's run this VT, please.
Fala galera, queria agradecer a PC Gamer Pro por ter escolhido para eu ganhar o prêmio Play of the Year. E eu queria estar muito aí recebendo o prêmio, só que a gente está com a agenda lotada, cheio de campeonatos, então me desculpe por isso, mas queria agradecer a todos, e principalmente a PC Gamer Pro, e tenham uma boa noite. Valeu, obrigado.
I'm finding it hard to reconcile the two people. Thank you, Cold Zero. Whenever I think of jumping AWP quad kills in the future, I shall whisper your name.
And now we're hugely pleased to present our second presentation of the night from Sony Interactive Entertainment.
For the players.
I'm so excited. I don't know about you, but like John Syracuser, I've had my Amazon pre-order in since 1992. Guys, no, I'm kidding. I'm genuinely excited about that. I remember when I first heard about The Last Guardian, I pulled out my Nokia 7210 and saw the notification in my WAP browser. And gazing over the New York from the top of the World Trade Center, I knew I couldn't wait to get my hands on the game. I'm kidding. No, I am. That's not true. I'm genuinely excited about this. Seriously, I've been excited since it was first announced. I remember telling a friend all about it as we entered what would be the final stages of the building of Stonehenge. We decided we would pre-order it. I don't actually have a console to play it on. And now it's time for Best Gaming Moment in association. I hope that didn't jeopardize my chances. Best Gaming Moment in association with Absolute Radio. Please welcome Absolute Radio's Pete Donaldson.
This award honours the set pieces in gaming and fantastic fleeting moments that make games memorable. Here's what you voted 2016's Best Gaming Moment. In third place, it's returning to Anna Londo in Dark Souls 3. The runner-up is the Brotherhood of Steel arriving in Fallout 4.
And Pete, the winner.
Well, it's not the big inside testicle, it's play the game in Overwatch!
Woo! Collecting their third award of today, please welcome back to the stage from Blizzard,
both of you, please.
George Giorgio and Sam Banda.
Get up. So now, guys, we have, we're halfway through. Hey! So now we have the award for Upcoming YouTube Personality of the Year. To present the award, please welcome to the stage from GamesRadar Plus, Ian Wilson.
This award celebrates the authoritative and entertaining voices who share their love of games on YouTube. Here's who you voted 2016's Upcoming YouTube Personality of the Year. Third place goes to Amy Lee. In the runner-up spot, Ashley Marie.
And the winner, if you please.
And the winner is Jesse Cox.
Woo! Unfortunately, Jesse was unable to make it today, but he has sent us a video. So could we roll that, please?
Hello, everybody at the O2 and at home. I am so sorry I couldn't be there to accept the award in person. I am here in LA, working on my new esports show in the hopes that it's awesome and you'll love it and don't regret giving me this award. I am so blown away to have not only won, but to have even been nominated. When I found out I was nominated, honestly, the first words out of my mouth were, I don't think I deserve this. And it wasn't until I saw everyone voting for me, tweeting about how they were, telling their friends to vote for me, that I realized it doesn't matter if I think I'm deserving of it. If you think I'm deserving of it, then that's all that matters to me. And I'm so honored and humbled to have won this. So thank you to everyone who voted for me. It truly means the world to me. Another thank you I want to give is to the devs. The devs out there in the audience, the devs at home. I love video games. And if it wasn't for gaming, I would not have a career right now. And I certainly wouldn't have this award. So thank you. Thank you for hours of inspiration and joy and entertainment and creating worlds and stories that I've fallen in love with over the years. I'm honored to be in the same industry as you. And I look up to you every day of my life and can't wait to see what wild, cool things you're going to come up with next. So from me to you, thank you for everything. Thank you for this award. And enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you, Jesse. It's a bit weird to say thank you to a video, isn't it? It's like that bit in Jurassic Park where it's like a QuickTime movie playing, but they're pretending to talk to one another, you know? That's why I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. And now it's time for Studio of the Year, in association with Edge. Not The Edge, or any of you two. Please welcome to the stage Edge's Ben Maxwell.
As well as games, the Golden Joystick Awards celebrates the studios and teams who work so hard to keep us all entertained. Here's who the public picked as 2016 Studio of the Year. In third place, it goes to Bethesda Game Studios. In the runner-up spot, Blizzard Entertainment.
And the winner, please, Ben.
Yeah, I know you're waiting to hear which studio it is. It's CG Projekt Red.
And collecting their third award of the day, please welcome back to the stage from CD Projekt, it's John Mamais.
Guys, it's now time for Innovation of the Year. I had a few jokes here, but they weren't very good. So we're just going to say, Innovation of the Year, presented by Vlogger Silent Core. Please welcome.
Gaming technology continues to advance at an incredible rate, bringing bold innovations into the homes of the gaming public. Here's what the people voted Innovation of the Year. In third place is Oculus Rift.
Ooh.
The runner-up is HTC Vive.
Woo! And the winner is Pokemon Go.
Please welcome to the stage, collecting the award on behalf of Niantic Marketing Director of the Pokemon Company International, Anthony Cornish. And now the Golden Joysticks is proud to present another massive video reveal in association with Bandai Namco Entertainment.
Peggy 16.
Up next, we have our Golden Joystick Lifetime Achievement Award. The winner of this award joined Nintendo in 1988, starting his career by creating sprites for games such as Mario Open Golf. His fascination with The Legend of Zelda began with 1992's A Link to the Past, but his first experience of actually working on the series came with 1998's groundbreaking Ocarina of Time. Since then, he steered the series to critical and commercial success, driving development of an incredible 19 Zelda titles. We're proud and humbled to present the Golden Joystick Lifetime Achievement Award to the inspiring and irreplaceable Mr. Eija Aonuma. Unfortunately, Mr. Aonuma can't be with us today, but he has sent this message.
Open your eyes.
Hello, Golden Joysticks and UK Nintendo fans. 任天堂でゼルダの伝説のプロデューサーをしている青沼です。この度はゴールデンジョイスティックライフタイムアチーブメント賞をいただけるとのこと。大変嬉しく思っていますが、同時にとても恐縮に感じています。というのも、この賞はゼルダの伝説シリーズ全体に対していただいた賞だと私は思っていますし、ご存知の通り、私は当初のシリーズ作品には関与していないので、私個人としてこの賞をいただく資格が本当にあるのかと感じているからです。ですので、そのことを胸に私は喜んでこの賞を頂戴しますが、皆さんがよくご存知の宮本茂、近藤浩二、手塚隆、小泉義明を含んだ過去30年以上ゼルダの伝説シリーズに取り組んできた1000人を超えるクリエイター、アーティスト、エンジニア、そして作曲者たちを代表して受賞させていただくこととします。この賞は英国のファンの皆さんがゼルダの伝説を愛してくれていることを象徴するもので、それはシリーズタイトルを開発してきた多くのスタッフの努力に対して向けられたものであり、彼らの努力があったからこそ今年ゼルダの伝説は30周年を迎えられたのだと思っています。私がゼルダの伝説の開発に初めて参加したのは時のオカリナでのダンジョンを設計するところからでした。学生時代、一人で物を作ることが当たり前だった時代を長く経験してきた私は、当時は自意識が強く人の力を疑うようなところがあって、多くのスタッフが関与するゼルダの制作には戸惑いを覚えました。 ですが 3D のゲームを作ることが初めてだった私が設計するダンジョンをさまざまなスタッフが現実のものにしていく過程で、小さなアイデアがユニークなものに変化する経験を何度かするうちに、多くのスタッフで一つのゲームを作り上げることの意義は、自分の気がつかない視点に気づかせてくれることなのだと知りました。視点という話をすると、その多様さでいつも驚かされる人物がいます。それは他でもないゼルダの生みの親である宮本茂です。もう20年来一緒にゼルダを作ってきているので、その考え方など予測がついてもいいと思うのですが、いまだに「そうきたか!」とうならせる私の予想の範疇にない視点からの意見を投げかけてきます。私が幼少期に夢中になった皆さんよくご存知の推理小説の主人公シャーロック・ホームズは、その超人的な洞察力で難解な事件を次々と解決しますが、ホームズが気づけない視点でのアドバイスをするドクター・ワトソンがいたからこそ名推理が生まれたわけなので、そういう関係性というのは大切ですね。ちなみに私と宮本とどっちがホームズでどっちがドクター・ワトソンかは皆さんのご想像にお任せします。今年はちょうど NES 欧州版の発売30周年にもあたります。任天堂クラシックミニで楽しんでいただけるゼルダの伝説初代作とリンクの冒険に始まり、シリーズ最新作として現在開発中のゼルダの伝説ブレス・オブ・ザ・ワイルドまで、そこに作られた広大な世界、さまざまな登場キャラクター、思い出に残るストーリー、そして困難なチャレンジの数々がユニークなゼルダの伝説シリーズを作り上げてきました。それらは全て数多くの才能ある頭脳の結晶であり、彼らと一緒に開発を続けてこれたことに私は誇りを感じます。最後にもう一度、ゼルダの伝説が過去30年確実に成長し続けられるよう努力してきた全てのスタッフを代表して、ゴールデンジョイスティックスに、そして英国の多くのゼルダファンの皆様に対して感謝の意を述べさせていただきます。そして来年ゼルダの伝説ブレス・オブ・ザ・ワイルドが発売されたらぜひプレイしてください。A new world awaits for you, and I really hope that it will make people all across the UK fall more in love with the legend of Zelda. Thank you.
Zelda! Thank you, Anuma-san. I mean, my word, I can't wait. Because, guys, if I'm not walking out of this with a PS4 Pro, an Xbox One, what's the new one? S, an HTC and a Vive. I want to play them off against each other. And obviously the promise of a Switch. If I don't walk away with that, it's you guys are dead to me. So sort that. I remember Zelda Ocarina of Time. Who's at Ocarina of Time, guys? Sometimes I'll just walk on the street going. Don't think that gained me many followers on the internet, but nevertheless, I love it. And next up, Best Gaming Platform presented by GamesRadar Plus news lead Louise Blaine.
This award celebrates the consoles and digital delivery services that allow us to enjoy our passion. Here are the winning game platforms of 2016. In third place, Xbox One. The runner-up is PlayStation 4.
Ooh. But please, tell us who was voted the best gaming platform.
The winner is Steam.
Steam!
And to collect this award, please welcome to the stage from Valve, it's Jan Peter Hewitt.
Okay, he was massive. And I forgot to mention I want a Steambox too, so I felt really bad. I definitely want a Steambox, guys. This is embarrassing. Right. Next up, we have the award for Best Game Performance. And I'm not talking about graphics and polygons and whether your Neo Geo is going to run Crysis. It can't. I'm talking about acting. 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 This award is presented by Editorial Director of Games, Matthew Pearce.
This award celebrates the performances which breathe life into games, bringing warmth and nuance to a digital medium. Here are the standout gaming performances of 2016. In third place, Camilla Ludlington as Lara Croft in Rise of the Tomb Raider. The runner-up is Nolan North as Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4: A Thief's End.
Tonight, Matthew, the winner is going to be?
The winner is Doug Cockle as Geralt in The Witcher 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge welcome to the voice of Geralt himself. It's Doug Cockle.
I said, guys, look, be straight with me. Is the girl from The Last of Us going to be there? Because I got a massive crush on her, and they said no, but we do have Doug. Next up, we have the award for Competitive Game of the Year. All right. In association with PC Gamer Pro, and to present this award, please welcome PC Gamer Pro editor Chris Thurston.
Competition is at the heart of many games, and that's exactly what this award celebrates. Here's what you voted as the best competitive game of 2016. In third place, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. The runner-up is Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Very competitive, but Chris, who wins Competitive Game of the Year?
And the winner is Overwatch.
A big hand, ladies and gentlemen, from Blizzard, George Giorgio and Sam Banda.
We've missed you.
And now we're hugely excited to share an exclusive new video in association with Wargaming.
Humans, your thoughts were easy to read. Our attack is just defense.
We are ready to help you, humans. But we want the head of the Illyrians' Grand Marshal.
The destruction of humanity is the will of our gods.
Wouldn't want to be on that planet. And now, we have the award for Nintendo Game of the Year. I know. In association with GamesMaster. And to present the award, please welcome to the stage acting editor of GamesMaster, Robin Valentine.
Nintendo has been around 127 years, but it still makes some of the most innovative, smart, and surprising games in the world. Here's what the public voted as the best Nintendo game of 2016. In third place, Fire Emblem Fates. The runner-up is Monster Hunter Generations.
And Robin, can we have the winner, please?
The winner is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD.
Ovs.
To collect this award, please welcome to the stage Nintendo UK product manager Gemma Hall.
here with the winner of the evening, the whole evening. Best performance, Doug Cockle for The Witcher. How do you feel?
This is fantastic. It's such a thrill. It's even better knowing that it was fans who voted.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
that's just brilliant.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We've literally got to go back to the next award. I'm so sorry. Congratulations, Doug.
Thank you.
It's been 10 years. Up next, it's PlayStation Game of the Year, sponsored by official PlayStation Magazine. And here to present the award is Games Editor Jen Simpkins.
It's been a great year for PlayStation 4, offering an amazing selection of first-party classics and sleek new tech. Here's what you voted as PlayStation Game of the Year. In third place, Ratchet & Clank. Woo! The runner-up is Firewatch.
And over to you, Jen.
And the winner is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End.
To collect this award, please welcome to the stage from PlayStation UK, Lauren Palmer and Joe Bradley.
Breaks down.
Now on to Xbox Game of the Year. In association with official Xbox Magazine, and to present this award, we have its editor, Matthew Gilman. Please welcome to the stage.
The Xbox One continues to go from strength to strength, but which game did the public love the most? Here's what you voted Xbox Game of the Year. In third place, Ark Survival Evolved. The runner-up is Forza Horizon 3.
And we can have the winner, please, Matt.
The winner is Rise of the Tomb Raider.
And collecting this award, please welcome to the stage from Crystal Dynamics, Noah Hughes and Nicole Tan.
And now, settle down, settle down. Can't believe that worked. It's time for PC Game of the Year in association with PC Gamer. And here to present it is editor Samuel Roberts.
PC gaming is as diverse and exciting as ever, offering everything from breakneck FPS games to cerebral strategy titles, but what did you vote as PC Game of the Year? In third place is Sid Meier's Civilization 6. The runner-up is Doom.
But please tell me who's taking home the prize tonight.
And the winner is Overwatch.
Please put your hands together and give another warm welcome to Blizzard's George Giorgio and Sam Banda.
See you in a minute, guys. I mean, this is getting ridiculous, isn't it? And now, on to the handheld mobile game of the year. This category is association with Digital Spy, and here to present it is Digital Spy's gaming editor, Sam Loveridge.
2016 has proved that handheld games can still surprise us, finding new ways to invigorate classic games. But what did the public decide was the best handheld mobile game of the year? In third place, Clash Royale. The runner-up is Monster Hunter Generations.
But Sam, who's the winner?
And the winner is... Pokemon Go!
Please welcome back to the stage, collecting this award on behalf of Niantic, Marketing Director of the Pokemon Company International, Anthony Cornish.
Well, I'm saying goodbye to my little studio because you know what? I am going over to the stage because I'm going to be handing out the Hall of Fame award. I'm very excited. I didn't know I was doing this. I feel gloriously unprepared. But you know, what's different? Let's head through here. Shh, you've got to be a bit quiet. It's backstage.
Okay, guys. We've got so few to go.
Very exciting back here. You can hear everything going on. Ooh.
I played
Okay, we'll see you in a minute. I'm going to do my award.
I didn't know that they listed the different missions. This is a bit of feedback for you guys. I did not know that the non-mission missions, you know, the non-like endgame missions, were in a different colour. So I was determined not to. The photographer went like this. That's all right, mate. I think you summed it up, to be honest. I am your father, but I am your age. Fallout 4, guys. Next, we have the Breakthrough Award. And to present this, we have Debbie Bestwick, MBE, CEO, LEGEND of Team 17, a company that has made it their mission to help developers and startups around the globe break through into the industry, bringing to the market games such as The Escapists, Sheltered Beyond Eyes, Overcooked, and the upcoming Yooka-Laylee. That was embarrassing. I got it right in rehearsal. Escapist 2 and Way to the Woods. Please give Debbie a warm welcome to the stage.
The Breakthrough Award returns for its second year. It's a celebration of the unexpected, focusing on new titles which come from nowhere to change how we see the industry. Here's what our panel voted the winner. Debbie.
Yeah. And the winner is Stardew Valley.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause to the developer of Stardew Valley, Eric Barone.
Wow. Okay, guys. Okay, yeah. Oh, hello. Hello. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is a bit terrifying, isn't it? Okay.
Actually, let's do that again and let's have a... Ooh, okay. Tonight, we're welcoming a new member into the Golden Joystick Hall of Fame. Fuck yeah! Am I allowed to... And to present the award, please welcome to the stage Julia Hardy.
How you doing?
Not bad at all. I swore, is that okay?
Yeah, you're fine. They're not going to remember anything.
Good.
All right, so I guess that all that is left to announce is that it's really obvious it can only be my girl Lara Croft.
That the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. I finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure, but instead, adventure found me.
And that adventure began in 1996 with the release of the very first Tomb Raider. It would go on to sell 7.5 million copies across all formats, spawn 10 games, a heap of spin-offs, 2 blockbuster movies, comics, books, adverts, and of course, some unforgettable gaming memories like these.
So I'll always remember in the original Tomb Raider, coming across the hand of Midas. Like you see this giant outstretched hand of this statue in front of you and you jump onto it. And of course, the thing about the hand of Midas that everyone knows and should know is that it just turns you into gold. So it was like the most evil sort of trap for Lara to jump onto, and I totally fell for it the first time.
My favourite moment from any Tomb Raider game is actually from the reboot, from the 2013 version. And it was when Lara is dangling upside down from the roof of the cave and you have to swing. You get yourself down and you drop, and she's screaming, she's in pain, and this hasn't happened to Lara Croft before. She's been quite a clean-cut heroine, but for the first time in a Tomb Raider game, you think, shit. And for me, that makes Tomb Raider feel more modern. It makes it feel more enjoyable, and I think this scene is the first time that you truly recognise it.
So my favourite moment is in Tomb Raider Underworld, it's the second level of the coastal island in Thailand. First you have to swim up to the island, then you have to explore it for a bit, and then you get your first glimpse of the tomb. You're like, oh great, I'll be there in a few minutes, fantastic. But you don't, you get there, and it's locked, it's got these seals and doors, you have to keep journeying around and around and finding ways to open it. A tomb shouldn't just be like, oh there it is, you go in, you open the door. That feels to me like anybody can get in. Whereas the idea is, I'm Tomb Raider, I'm Lara Croft, I'm the only person in thousands of years to ever have reached this. It should feel like a struggle. And yeah, that drive it inspired in me, of like, I just really want to get inside there, made me feel more related to Lara Croft and her mission of raiding tombs than any other Tomb Raider game before or since.
I think the memory that sticks for me is playing this year's Rise of the Tomb Raider Anniversary Edition on PlayStation 4, because you got to walk around Croft Manor in virtual reality. So I had the PSVR headset on, I was walking around Croft Manor, which I think is probably something that I've wanted to do since Tomb Raider 2 when I put the butler in the fridge. So just walking around, there was rain on the window panes, it was crackling fire, and I think that was something for me that I've never had before. It was super immersive, and it was one of those experiences that I think will probably stick with me.
When I was first approached for it, I really felt overwhelmed at the honour of playing an icon like Lara Croft.
I think I found the tomb. Oh, you can't be serious. The myth of the prophet is real. Dad was right.
She is just a young, naive, perhaps 21-year-old who has a thirst for adventure. We're used to seeing Lara Croft as just the cold-hearted, almost killer, and she's a badass and everything, but I think in this you see her become Lara Croft.
I led them to it, Jonah. The divine source is real. We've got to find it first.
Congratulations, Lara Croft. Welcome to the Golden Joystick Hall of Fame.
And I think before we invite them up on the stage, we've actually got a very special message from the voice of Lara Croft, Camilla Luddington.
Hi, I'm so sorry that I can't be there today, but I want to thank all the amazing Tomb Raider fans for voting. The best thing about playing Lara Croft is hearing how much the character means to you all. So thank you so much. This is for all of you.
To collect the award, please welcome from Crystal Dynamics, Noah Hughes and Nicole Tan.
Next up.
Okay, we're going to head this way, back.
Presented by GamesRadar Buses Executive
Back to the studio, I think, are we? Heading back that way? Oh, that was quite fun. Terrifying.
And celebrates the most esteemed games of 2016. But what did our team pick as their favourite game?
as everyone who's following my Twitter feed on that will know, it's Titanfall 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Electric Arts, Rob Clark.
No one mentioned Abduction. Love that game. Now on to the Most Wanted Game Award. This category is supported by Green Man Gaming. So please welcome to the stage founder and CEO. I didn't work out how to pronounce this one. I'm so sorry if I get this wrong. What is it? Founder and CEO Paul Suryok.
Today has been a celebration of the best games of 2016, but this award celebrates the biggest games we're yet to play. Here's what the public voted as their most wanted game. In third place, Star Citizen. The runner-up is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
But Paul has the all-important winner. So Paul, can you reveal to us?
And the winner of the Most Wanted Game of the Year award is Mass Effect Andromeda.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Electronic Arts' Colin Blackwood.
Well, I am here with, no, of course, winning Hall of Fame for Lara. Have you got a special message for the fans out there?
We have the best community. I just want to say thank you so much to the fans. This is an award 20 years in the making. We share with all of you and Core Design and all of the people who have supported Lara. And thank you. Thank everybody for the award.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so, so much. Now we're going to go back to the awards now.
Amazing. I don't think that was intense enough. Do you? I thought they could have put more into that. Guys, holy shit, this is the final award. I know. All of those emotions were valid. And now we move on to our final award, the ultimate game of the year. Sponsored by GamesRadar Plus. To present our most important award of the night, please welcome to the stage the Managing Director of the Media Division of Future, Julian Marsh.
This award is the big one, celebrating the most important game of 2016 as voted for by the public. Here's what the people decided was the ultimate game of the year. In third place, Fallout 4. The runner-up is Overwatch.
Whoa, contention. And the winner is, please.
James, the ultimate game of the year is... Dark Souls 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please raise the roof for the legendary creator of Dark Souls, Hidetaka Miyazaki.
Guys, that's it. We can get I can get drunk now. No, don't be happy. You don't want to see me when I'm drunk. A big thank you to all our sponsors and our congratulations, of course, to the 2016 nominees and all the victorious trophy winners. My name is James Veitch. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it, please, for James Veitch.
Well, there we have it. We are a wrap this year for the 34th annual Golden Joystick Awards. It has been a roller coaster of a journey, I'm sure, for a lot of the nominees out there who, I think some were surprised. Doug looked really surprised to win, but, you know, it's The Witcher. He's been doing it for 10 years, and, you know, that character is the reason why we love that game. In terms of Most Wanted, I was not surprised by Mass Effect Andromeda because Mass Effect is amazing, and I just want to know more. I just want to ignore my friends and family for 2 months and just be adventuring in space. Is that too much really to ask? Obviously, Dark Souls 3, they're winning big for the ultimate game of the year, which, wow, it really makes me feel like I need to just get over my fear of gamer rage and destroying my lounge to maybe play it and play it properly. But that's maybe something for a New Year's resolution, I think. But look, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to let us know what you think of the awards using the hashtag Golden Joysticks or in the comments below. We will, of course, be back next year, same time, same place. Until then, have a great year gaming. We'll see you very soon.